Hey everybody, and welcome back. Got a few cards to show off that I've recently picked up in the last few weeks, and also wanted to wish Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. So, looking at the cards, I've got a few items. Most of the stuff is vintage here, but I wanted to start off with this 53 Bowman color with its early win. It's a VG3, but has excellent eye appeal. It's got a little bit of surface issues, but just love those 53 Bowman color cards. Then for the K-Line collection, I got this Post cereal. This is the perforated. You could get them perforated or off the backs of boxes. So once again, just a 2, and it's got good eye appeal. It looks better than a 2. It's not really actually in pretty good shape. When someone tore it from the perforated panel on the back, it kind of tore a little bit off the back, almost like a paper loss, and that's why the lower grade on that. And then looking on, sticking with the Post theme, this is a 62 Post cereal. It's a Billy Pierce autograph. It's got a pretty cool autograph, very clean and neat. Some of the more modern players could take a lesson from this. How many times do you see people rip open packs of cards nowadays, and the autograph is just like not a lot of effort because they sign so much stuff. And then moving on here to the 67 Twin Terrors with Bob Allison and Harmon Killebrew for the Killebrew collection. Sticking with 67 here, this Brooks Robinson checklist from the 7th series. 7th series, that famous high number series from the 67 set. This card came out in the 6th series, which is considered a higher number, but not as hard to get as that 7th series. But it's cool to have a checklist of, the normal Brooks Robinson, a very tough card, as well as the All-Star or the rookie cards for Rod Carew and Tom Seaver. Here's a cool piece that I'm really excited about, this Venezuela Topps. I'll go ahead and flip it or hold it up here for you. Really cool. You can tell that was it is well deserving of that poor grade. Looks like there's tape on there, but if you look on the back here, that's really where if I can get to focus, there we go. Gaylord Perry, and it's all in Spanish. So Venezuela, they typically put their cards in photo books. So they would tape them or paste them in there, so it's not uncommon to see them in low grade with loss, but just a cool piece. Another interesting piece, that Atlantic Play Ball with Pete Rose, just in a 2, a good. And I'm really content with stuff that's rare and hard to get. I really like it in the lower grade because it's so much more affordable. And for me, it's about the rarity of the piece as opposed to the condition. And then a much nicer looking 68 Topps Brooks Robinson and Airman 7. Moving on, last card of the 60s, this Milton Bradley, Phil Necro. 69 Milton Bradley, the first time they did these very, very simple black and white photos, but the 69 is a little harder. I think they're kind of perforated edges as well. They had to be torn out, so they're more condition sensitive. Then the 71 for my Cepeda collection there. Nice Orlando Cepeda, getting into little high numbers there, 605. And as you saw there with the 69, my Phil Necro collection continues to grow here, a 74 Necro. It's got a little bit, it's a little off center, a little damage there too, otherwise it's a pretty sharp looking Nearman 7. And then for the Brooks Robinson card collection, I've been looking to get this Brooks Robinson for a while, this 76 Topps. Really good strong colors, the way that that green and the orange kind of blend together there. It's a interesting color choices there, but it works for the card. Like the 76 Topps, very, very cool set. And then just a victory leaders for the 69 Topps. Then for the Don Sutton collection, an O-Pee-Chee from 1980. And 2 Joe Morgan pieces for the Joe Morgan collection. Both of these from the trade. He got passed around quite a bit near the end of his career. So that's a really nice 83. Love that 83 Topps style. I've always liked the Topps traded set because they do that a little different color on the back. It's a lighter, different stock, I believe, even. I don't know. But the 84 and 83 Topps traded for Joe Morgan. Then another interesting piece, the Citgo coin. Citgo gas station did these coins in 69. So for the McCovey collection. And then last down this row, these are all actually Venezuela. So Bought it from the same person I bought the Venezuela Topps 67 Gaylord Perry from. So these are 3 rookie cards back. So I'll just go cover these real quick. Now the 60 Topps Venezuela card, you can't really tell a difference than the regular Topps. It's got lower gloss quality. This one's in really bad shape, but it's a Frank Howard rookie, you know, and you can't really tell much difference on the back. Very similar. Supposedly the ink is supposed to be a little lighter on the back because they just didn't have as good a quality control when they printed these cards down for the Venezuela market. Now looking at this Tim McCarver rookie from 62. This one has a few more telltale signs of being a Venezuela. Primarily, the writing on the back is in Spanish. You can't miss that one. You can tell this one's been written on. There's a little bit of paper loss or glue stains on it or whatever from being stuck in an album. But that's the nature of the beast when you're dealing with these Venezuela cards, because culturally they were much more display pieces. You know, they weren't meant to be put away and kept in mint condition. They were really well loved. And then a Mike Torres rookie from 68. Telltale sign for the 68 is the grayish backing on here. Yeah, there's several versions of 68 Topps. Like you've got the Milton Bradley, the O-Pee-Chee, the Venezuela, and then the regular Topps that all have different shading on the back, and that's kind of the primary method you tell the difference between those. But I got a couple of those raw just because they were interesting pieces. And then coming up here, last thing right here, let me just stand up some of these 67 pinups. And let's see if I can get this thing to focus. So not very high grades on these 4s and then 1-5. These are basically inserts into 67 packs, and you can see the fold lines on them. I really like the picture of this. Sorry about the glare here. I'll bring it up here so you can actually see it because my tablet's not focusing on it. But just cool pieces, and you can see the fold marks came folded up in a pack. Now I just paid a couple bucks for these. You know, it's probably not a good idea to get these graded because the paper just doesn't hold up over time. It starts to just naturally stain, and these are in really good condition, but it's still just a VGX, you know, and really isn't worth I'm sure when the person who graded this, they thought this would be a 7 or 8 or something, but it's just, for what it's worth, it's just not worth getting these graded. But because I'm a collector, Joe Morgan, collector Juan Marichal, I picked these up to add to the collection, not for investments, but just, yeah, because this is really only worth a few bucks. I mean, and the slab is big and bulky, you know, and takes up space. But I got it anyway. Shipping costs more than the card. But it's a cool piece of history. And if you are these collector of these guys, these players, it only makes sense that you get them. So that, and then the 2 Marichals, 1 and a 4 and 1 and a 5. So that's my quick mail day recap. Hope everyone enjoys the video, and I'll talk to you again soon.